The Karen of my building told me her keycard isn't working. Demanded I fixed her keycard. So I did. This just happened maybe 5 minutes ago and I think it's hilarious. I'm the facility manager for my building. Everything that happens and goes wrong is my responsibility. So I make sure everything runs smoothly. My boss had made it clear, it's my building and I was hired to not only keep people in line but run everything. I'm not a dick but I hold people accountable, forcibly but politely. There was no facility manager for a long time before I came along and both clients and employees ran amok, with no order. In the 4 months I've been here, my boss has praised my performance and has gone to bat for me countless times. She's the best boss I've ever had. I've got a firm but fair approach and my reputation reflects that. I've got a Karen in the building and trust me, the name stereotype applies, who's just a counselor for family services, has nothing to do with our group. She likes to complain about everything and gives my boss a headache almost daily. She shares an office with another woman, who's unfortunately picking up on her Karen tendencies. Karen in training. I've been doing a keycard audit all week and I knew to leave Karen's keycard alone because she's the only Karen in the building, so her name stands out. I am missing 75 keycards, lots of former employees having all door access, dating all the way back to 2015. Can't have that, so I deleted a lot of them, especially if it had a wacky name or just a room number. However, I did delete Kit's card information because it wasn't under her name. She just came to tell me her keycard wasn't working and Karen happened to be passing by and overheard it. I went and fixed Kit's keycard and we went to go check to see if it worked or not. We found Karen outside the office waiting, complaining to my boss that her keycard didn't work either. Karen wandered away and my boss rolled her eyes and I smiled and I told her I would take care of it. After checking to make sure Kit's keycard worked, I went downstairs to check the system, looked up Karen and wouldn't you know it, her keycard was completely fine. In fact, it showed she had a master keycard. So, I changed all of her permissions and limited her back to just her room only. I went upstairs and got my boss's attention because her office is next door to the ladies and I mouthed listen and pointed. I opened their door and was all, "Hey Karen. I went and checked your keycard in the system. Everything is good to go. In fact, it said you had a master key to the building and per the company orders, since you're not a contractor or a company employee, I can't give you that access, so I had to revoke your status to just this room only. Can't have you bugging people on official business. Wink. Thanks for bringing your keycard to my attention." She started to object that she needed the master keycard because XYZ and I was all, "Yeah, sorry. Maybe before, but I'm the facility manager and you don't need access to everything except this office, and if you do, it's outside your pay grade, so you'll have to come get me." "Okay. Cool, thanks, bye." And then just closed the door on her mid-sentence. My boss was quietly laughing her ass off in her office and gave me an air high five. TLDR, Karen complained her keycard didn't work, when it absolutely did. In fact, she had master key access and had she not said anything, would still have it, but made me check and I revoked her status completely to just her room only. Edit. To be clear, I'm not talking down about my co-workers. They're fantastic people and no, I'm not a suck-up. They work in education and bend over backwards to help students and customers get the information and help they need. The building mostly got shut down and neglected and customers got lazy due to the C word. We offer free classrooms to those who need it, including a computer lab, by a reservation first come, first serve basis. The problems we ran into was that the previous FM passed away suddenly and the replacement was temporary. Coupled with the C word, and this was our problem. My co-workers weren't able to enforce rules and regulations and rooms were left destroyed and neglected, keys stolen, etc. Since my arrival, I've enforced the rules and allowed the staff to resume their normal duties, without having to clean up after and babysit customers. Karen isn't staff, she's just renting an office. She has no business having access to our materials, supplies, or workspaces, especially when they're handling students' private information.
Now to the comments. And now stay in your room.
In IT we have a saying, all is known. In this we are referencing that we, generally, have the ability to see anything/everything you are up to, within system limits, so be careful with your demands/complaints.
Oh, the best part is when they straight up lie to the IT guy. They do not realize I am petty and will waste an hour just to call them out. Why did she even bring it up in the first place?
She wanted it to be this new facilities manager is inconveniencing all of us with their shoddy work. Moment. Application failed successfully.
OP replied. That was exactly it. My boss said she said, I must have done something wrong because it was fine yesterday and today it's not. Oddly enough, that was my first indication she was lying because I made system changes on Tuesday and today's Thursday. So, if she was able to get into her office yesterday. This makes my heart happy. Duck around and find out, Karen.
Mine too. Love a good Karen takedown.
Oh, dang, me too. Especially seeing someone with the power and moxie to do it. You totally rock. I have one of those at work too, but I haven't yet found a safe way of taking her down. I've got one of those cards, from when our office was new and there weren't many cards available. I'm keeping very quiet about it.
OP replied. Let's just hope they never take your stapler LMAO.
I actually have the red swingline stapler. I may or may not have taken it when work from home started. Can't have you bugging people on official business. Nice way to tell her she's an annoying witch.
OP replied. I did it with a smile and a chuckle like it was a joke, LOL.
I picture that comment being said by Ned Flanders. You fixed the glitch. Careful what you ask for, Karen.
Task failed successfully.
Dealing with keycards is a pita. One job I had also included managing their keycards and system, the whole smash. What a mess. Their controller and software was so archaic, it ran on 98, they refused to upgrade, saying they had no money. At another job I was using keycards, and building management decided to upgrade. Well, the alarm company sent out a 90-day wonder that did nothing but all the wrong things. First, he killed all the keycards, forcing management to disable all the sensor pads on the premise, including the skywalk that the vagrants love to use to sleep in. Then he attempted to resolve that issue, only to wipe the entire database, effectively bricking every keycard that was on hand, including the inactive ones. Of course, the goober didn't back it all up and there was no active backup in place. So, guess what? A mass email went out from building management that everyone needed to bring their keycards down to the front desk to re-register them. Talk about a goat rope. I told the manager they had a full platoon of IT pros in the building. Why did you not ask us? No answer. Go figure.
OP replied. I'm working on a system that was installed in 2014 and the license expired in 2015. The computer itself is kept off the network specifically for the reason that they don't want to renew or buy another license. It's running on Windows XP, LOL.
Call it air gapping the security system from external threats, and you're golden. Wahaha. That's awesome. Thank you for limiting the Karen exposure. I would bet many people who probably just had to deal with her unwarranted sense of self-importance are thanking you as well.
OP replied. I'm telling some of them, but only the ones I know won't throw me under the bus, LOL. Hence Reddit was too good not to share.
Next month's r/malicious compliance post. Last month, my building manager took away all my access to rooms in my building, which I need for the job I do. He said, "You don't need access to everything except this office, and if you do, it's outside your pay grade, so you'll have to come get me." Okay. Q malicious compliance. 10 or 15 times per day I've been tracking him down to open an office for me, and he's finally relented and given me back my master access.
When I read it, I thought the same thing. I've actually been part of something similar. I occasionally had to visit one of our factories, like once or twice a month. Generally I needed access to the main doors, my product's production area, and the engineering area. Getting main door and engineering area was easy, but they wouldn't give me production area access as I needed to escort it, because I might take something. QMC, every time I went there, I used my badge and security guy would come running over because it was an illegal access attempt but ultimately let me in. Then I had to be there for a full week and a VP from corporate did a site visit and I was tasked to give me a tour of my product's production area as the 2 engineers normally on site were both on holiday. I used my badge and the plant manager, cool guy, and VP saw it didn't work and were like WTF. I said don't worry, the security will be in 30 seconds to open it. The plant manager opened it and we went in. Security guy came rushing over freaking out. A short and terse one-way conversation from plant manager to security guy happened. I was granted full site access after that, which I didn't need, but think the plant manager was making a point with his overzealous security team.